So hey y'all, it's Tamara Shante, and the first step right now is we're gonna open up PicsArt and we're gonna press the plus button. We're gonna scroll down to color backgrounds and we're gonna press the checkered one, which is transparent. Then we're gonna press add photo and you can use whatever photo you want. After that, we're going to press cutout and we're gonna cut out the picture. You press person and then you cut out. I usually like to outline mine because PicsArt doesn't get the whole picture how I like it. But you're just gonna cut out the picture as neatly as possible. I'm not showing the whole thing because I already did it, and yeah. But if y'all do want to know how to, I can do a video on how to cut out the picture nice. Gonna cut it out neatly as possible. Don't leave no background, no white mark. After that, we're gonna get to the next step. Okay, so after your picture is cut out, you're gonna add a border. I like to use this little pink color right here, and I just turn my border down to 4. And now we're gonna go to shadow, and I'm gonna use the same color as I use for my border, but I'm just gonna make it like look glowy a little bit. So I'm gonna add, the blur and position it to look kind of blurry, the little blurry look, because it kind of looks glowy, and that's what I was going for. And after that, after you're done the border, you're gonna save the picture, and we're gonna discard that. And now we're gonna go to sticker and find the logos for your social medias. So I did Instagram, I did a black Instagram, black TikTok, and a black Twitter, and you're gonna save that. Now you're gonna go back and discard it after you save it, and go back to colors, and I press the white one, and you're gonna go to fit and make sure that it fits YouTube size, and you're gonna save it. Now we're gonna go into CapCut and canvas that we had, and I'm gonna put it down to 12. Put it like the time limit all the way up to 12, and now we're gonna add text, and I'm gonna type in my name, the first name to my channel, which is Amari, and I'm gonna go to the font and the style, and the font I'm gonna use for this is this one right here. I'm gonna have a circle around it, and I have my effect already saved, and if you want to use that same effect, it's in the pink section. So yeah, and right here I'm just getting the picture that I just cropped out, and I'm trying to use the same color, so y'all see what I'm doing right here. So after we get the color, I'm gonna discard my picture off of the canvas, and I'm gonna zoom my name in so that way it can be big. And now I'm going to add the flicker effect to the name, and I'm gonna turn it up to 1.8, the orientation, and I'm gonna let it play for like 3 seconds, the first half. And now I'm gonna go in with the typing again, and I'm gonna put the second part of my name, Shantae, and I'm going to go to styles and effects, and the font I'm going to use is Marvin, and I'm going to use the same style. And I'm going to use this pink color right before the red, and I'm going to place that right there underneath, a little smaller. And now, I'm going to zoom in. And now I'm going to add animation, and I'm going to put fade wipe left, and I'm going to turn it up to 1.8 as well. And this is how it looks, and this is really kind of the complete of the beginning. And I'm gonna just make sure that they both lined up to 3 seconds, so that way it won't be too long. And now I'm going to go to my pictures. I'm gonna press overlay, and I'm gonna add the phone. You add the phone the same way how you added the social media icons, but now I'm gonna line my phone up to the left side, and I'm gonna get a video or a picture that I want to use, and I'm gonna press edit and crop, and I'm gonna go to 5.8, or not 5.8 but 5 by 8, and I'm going to put my video inside the phone. So after I line it up, I'm gonna press layers, and then I'm gonna put it as the bottom layer so it shows the actual phone. So now I'm gonna add some animation, and I'm gonna press fade in about 2.7 seconds, 2.8, 2.7, and I'm gonna add animation to the phone as well, and that is gonna be roll right, and y'all see the animation right there. I mean the orientation right there. So now I'm gonna go to speed, and I'm gonna speed my video up a little bit because it's kind of longer than where I wanted to stop it, and it's gonna stop at 7 seconds. And now I'm going to go in the middle of both sections where I cut out, and I'm going to add a transition, and I'm going to use the black smoke transition, so as y'all can see. And where the words at, I'm gonna like take the words back a little bit. You could take the words back or make the white part longer, the canvas longer, but I don't like how it clashes right here, so that's why I do that. But if you like that, you could keep it how it is, but I think it looks more cleaner. So now I'm going to add the picture, the cutout that I did of myself, and I'm going to use the animation mini zoom, and I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to take that up to like where it starts, and I'm going to just zoom in and play with it until I like how it looks. And I'm just going to make sure all of them are turned up to 7 seconds, to stop at 7 seconds. So now I'm gonna copy and paste the same font as I used for the name Amari, and I'm gonna type in follow me in the same font, but I'm not using any animation on this part. And I'm gonna make sure like that it fits to my liking. And I'm gonna copy and paste the font that I used for Shantae 3 times, and I'm gonna add all of my social medias using that font, and I'm gonna just make it smaller and type in the names to all of my socials. And yes, so now that all the names are typed, I'm gonna change the animation to all of them, and I'm gonna put fade in, and I'm gonna turn that up to 1.8, 1.9, whatever. So now I'm gonna go in and add the transparent Instagram icons and all of the icons, and I'm gonna add animation. But first I'm gonna turn the opacity down, and now I'm gonna add animation. I use 3 different animations for each icon, So for this one, I'm using rock vertically. And I'm going to turn the opacity down for all of the icons. Right now I'm doing the TikTok, and I'm going to use the animation fade in, I think. Yeah. To 0.9, which is for all of them. And now I'm going to do the same thing for the Twitter. Turn my opacity down. I turn my opacity up a little bit for the Twitter one, but I'm going to do the same thing for the Twitter, and I'm going to use the rock horizontally animation instead. So now I'm restarting it, and I'm seeing, like where it starts and where it stops, and I'm just fixing it up so I'll reach 7 seconds. And I'm gonna fix up the video, shorten the video and stuff, and just make sure that they all reach 7 seconds so it won't go over or under, and y'all can start and finish at the same time. Okay, so now after the 7 seconds, I'm gonna cut out like right after that, and right here I'm just playing it back to see if I like it, and I'm turning up the orientation times so that way it could play through the whole 7 seconds and not just stop towards the middle. So I'm turning them all up to 2.8, and you'll see the difference. So right here I'm going to change the second transition, and I'm gonna put burn 2, I think, or burn 3. And you see how it goes over a little bit? You can either turn the transition time down, or you can make your canvas go up a little bit so it don't clash together. But I think right here I did both. Oh, okay. Yeah. So now I'm gonna copy and paste both fonts again to the third clip, which will end at 12 seconds. And I'm gonna type my name, Amari Shante. Well, I was checking to see on the old one to see if I spaced it out. But yes, I'm gonna put my name with this font now instead of the glowing font, and I'm gonna zoom it in to how big I want it. And I'm gonna stop it at 12 seconds. I don't know if they say 12 or 11, y'all, because my phone cracked, so don't joke off me. But now I'm going to use the glowing font, and I'm going to add the little 3 things that my channel is about: vlogs, beauty, lifestyle, and more. And I'm gonna zoom that down a little bit so it could be like an under effect. And the glowing one for the, let's see, I left the animations the same but for the glowing one, I didn't add any animation. So now I'm going to take a green screen that I screen recorded from YouTube, and I'm going to trim it. Trim the parts that I don't need, which is the screen recording logo. Now I'm going to go to edit and crop, and I'm going to crop out the whole green screen. And then I'm going to press the check, and now I'm going to speed it up because it is kind of longer. So yeah, now I'm going to slide it down and zoom in to how I like it. And next I'm going to press Chrome key, and I'm going to turn the intensity up and the shadow up. And next I'm going to go down and turn my opacity down, so that way you won't see as much green as it's still showing. It doesn't do that for all of them, but some of them it does. And now I'm gonna go into mask, and I'm pressing the second one, and just putting them down, so that way it's kind of like a blending in effect, I could say. And you can't really see the green. And I just turned the sound off because I'm gonna add my own sound effects, as y'all will see. And now to add effects, you're gonna go to sound and audio, I think, or effects, sound and effects, and you're gonna press the mouse click. Well, I press the mouse click, then I click the bell, but you have to look and see which ones you like. And the building is kind of longer, like it starts in the middle, so that's why I have to shorten it. And it's kind of loud, so I have to lower it down. But this is how it looks so far, not completed. And now we're going to go to effects, and we're going to press video effects, and I go to my favorite, and I add girl's secret, and I'm going to turn the background animation down and the filter a little bit, so it could be like this pink but not too pink. And I'm just going to put it all the way down so that it covers the whole thing. And that just adds that's just like the toppings, like the finishing touch to it before the music. But yes, they just like completed the intro for me. So I'm gonna make sure it doesn't go over, because nobody wants that. The only thing I like to go over is the music, and it ends in black, so I'm gonna show y'all that. But next we're gonna add the recorded and extracted it. I'm gonna make sure I give 12 seconds. And I'm going to press fade and fade it in. Start and it ends smooth. It starts and ends smooth. And yes. So now I'm gonna add my logo, AA Graphics, on Instagram. If y'all wanna follow me, if y'all want graphics, thumbnails, YouTube, intros, outros, banners, anything, period, y'all follow me. Or if y'all just want to support, y'all follow me. But I'm gonna turn my opacity down, and I'm gonna add it on both slides, and this is it. I'm gonna make sure I give. So now you're just gonna export it, turn it up to 4K, and this is it. Thanks for watching. Bye.